Proteas finally broke their semi-final hoodoo against England's women's team. They recorded a 6-run victory at Newlands in Cape Town on Friday night to set up a final showdown with defending champions Australia. We go live now to Cape Town for this update with SABC News sports reporter Samantha Marie. A very good morning to you, Samantha. Let's talk about the fighting spirit in this group of players. The omission of their captain, Dane van Niekerk, must have been a very big blow, but they have turned things to reach a final. Talk to us about the fight in this group.
Danae, good afternoon. It's just gone midday. The fight, I think their record speaks for themselves. They lost their first match against Sri Lanka, but then they put in big performances against New Zealand, a big performance against Bangladesh, and an epic performance against England, making history, becoming the first senior Proteas team to make it to a World Cup final. The fight is there for everyone to see, and I'm surrounded here. Fans are already lining up as soon as the gates open to get in. That is what it means. That is the belief that the spectators, the fans have in this team.
Now, Samantha, the bowling is a strength in this team. Talk to us about how bowlers have played well throughout.
Absolutely. Bowling has been a strength and has been for some time. We've got Shabnam Ismail, who became the fastest woman on the planet, bowling at about 128 kilometers an hour in the previous match against England. Also, all of our bowlers are in the top 20 of leading wicket takers. Nonkululeko Mlaba, the left-hand spinner, she took a career best 3 for 10 and is second in the ICC Women's World Rankings. Ayabonga Kaka, 4 for 29 against England, brought it back. Shabnam Ismail, 3 for 27. And Marizan Kapp, also one of the leading wicket takers in the tournament, with 7 scalps so far. So excellent, and that's obviously our strength. And looking forward to see some very quick bowling today as well.
Awesome. Now, Australia are in their 7th successive final and are current world champions. Which areas of weaknesses can South Africa exploit to gain the upper hand here?
It is an absolutely formidable Australian team that the Proteas are coming up against today. There are very few weaknesses. They were put under pressure somewhat against India in their semi-final, but they brought it back with some magic in the field. Untouchable. They're chasing their 3rd consecutive title and their 6th overall. So it's going to be difficult, but I think the strategy has to be a simple one, and the same one that they adopted against England to get across the line there. Win the toss, bat big, put on a big score, and let our bowlers do the rest.
Yeah. So, historic moment for South African sports in general, but more so for women in sports. The Proteas have a date with destiny this afternoon. Just give us a sense of the mood there where you are.
Desiree, I'm not sure how well you can see behind me, but like I said, hundreds of fans already lining up outside Newlands Stadium, and
there you go.
Definitely,
there you go.
You can hear that excitement. The Newlands faithful are out here to support them.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the energy is here, the belief is here, and the people are ready to get behind this team. It was my first experience in this World Cup coming to Newlands, and it has been phenomenal. I've watched cricket around the world, and this is absolutely one of the best places to come for the atmosphere, the vibe, the chias, as everyone calls it. It's incredible.
So, Samantha, are you able to have a word with the fans? Is that possible?
Sure. Let's step over here, guys. Can I have a quick word?
Hey, Daphne.
So, you're out here almost 3 hours before the start of the match. What do you think is going to happen today?
I think South Africa's going to take it. We're going to make history, history on the cricket ground, and then the next thing is equal pay and equal airtime on the TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys, who are you here to support?
South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa. Yay!
South Africa.
South Africa!
That's what they say.
Yeah, yeah. Just back to the conversation, Samantha. It was not an easy run to the final, losing 2 matches in the group stages, but pulling off a massive win against an undefeated England in the semis. Just give us and the viewers a sense of the challenge that South Africa is facing this afternoon.
Absolute talent coming out. That's from the coach yesterday. He's always had faith in this team. Remember, Hilton Moring's been the coach of this team since 2012, and he's often always said there is immense talent in South Africa. And remember, this is quite a young squad who's come and performed. Yeah, they didn't start off well against Sri Lanka, but they've managed to pull it back incredibly, you know, and they put in the big performances when it counts. They have faced England 3 times in a semi-final of a World Cup, you know, and managed to pull it off, you know, when it mattered most. So I think it means huge things for cricket, huge things for women's cricket in this country. I've been speaking the past 3 weeks to lots of young girls involved in cricket, and you know, I just spoke to one. I think she was about 8 years old, and she plays cricket herself, and she was saying obviously she's going to stick with it, and this is proof to her that, you know, there is a future in this in women's sport, in cricket especially, you know, and to see their idols and to you know, the response from the team was also incredible. I mean, they have been signing autographs and going out and greeting fans and players, and they've been overwhelmed by the support. And I think, you know, it's mission accomplished essentially. You know, Sunay Lu said yesterday that yes, this is what they aim to do. Before a ball was even bowled, it was about, you know, inspiring a nation to get behind women's sport in the country, and cricket was the first way to get there. You know, we've got 2 more Women's World Cups in the country happening this year. We've got hockey, we've got netball, and we hope that, you know, the fans come out and continue to support women's sport.
Samantha, you're correct. History is going to be made no matter what happens. The team will go down in South African folklore, having achieved so much over the past 3 to 5 years. You're coming to us from Newlands, but of course there are South Africans who won't be able to make it there. Just remind us of the details, especially now that SABC having those rights to air this game.
Yeah, I'm told the match starts at 3 p.m. and it will play on the SABC channel.
Yeah. So the sold-out signs having gone up, talk to us about the impact of the home crowd. Is there lots of them?
You know, as I've been talking to you, more and more people are coming in and joining the queue. You know, Desiree, we were out here yesterday and we met with a couple of hundred fans that were disappointed. As they got to the front of the queue, the tickets had been sold out. Something like 5,000 tickets went within 24 hours from the end of the semi-final on Friday into Saturday. So yeah, lots of disappointed people, but I'm told some of them making other plans to have braais, and there's a few pubs in and around Newlands where, you know, we were also invited to come and have a beer. But yeah, I mean, anybody wants to be here and to be a part of this historic moment, not just for this team, but for our country. You know, what honor it would be to lift a World Cup, a piece of silverware in an ICC big event from a tournament hosted on home shores. I think that, I mean, you know, that's what dreams are made of.